welcome. So today I'm doing kind of a recap, react on things Foodie Beauty. I was actually waiting for her to do something interesting, but interesting is something that Foodie just does not do. She did a very short couple vlog at the beach. She did another one where she went to a supposed family dinner. Although there was no family involved, it was just her and Sala, and she did a live with Sala that, in a word, it was boring. But instead of making a whole bunch of different videos and just splicing everything up, why not just put everything all together and give my thoughts and call it a day? I think that's a good idea. Because if there's not much to talk about, there's really no reason to do like 3 or 4 separate videos. So I'm going to go over all that stuff. Plus, I'm going to go over stuff that I found on Twitter, stuff on Foodie, fun stuff, really cool stuff, and try to entertain you guys today because Foodie's really not making an effort to entertain people. It's just her pumping out vlogs and lives and, running up the meter for Google AdSense money. So let's just wrap it all up, shall we? All right. So where we starting first? How about we go over to Twitter and get the cool stuff first in line? Yeah, good idea. Because I'm here to entertain the people. Foodie, take a lesson. I'm here to entertain the people. All right. So here's my Twitter. For those who are interested and on Twitter, there's my Twitter handle, Wild Girl Sarah, if you would like to follow me there. So let's start off with a tweet from Great Videos. Okay, this is cool. A giraffe posing for the cameras. The giraffe's like, hey, take a selfie. Oh, I love it. Animals are funny. And the giraffe's like, hey, there's a camera. Like, take my picture. Love it. Okay, so in the family dinner vlog that Foodie did, the 8-minute one, when she was at the restaurant with Sala, she wasn't being very respectful at all. She was putting people on camera that clearly did not want to be on camera. There were more than a few women that were trying to be very modest and cover up their face. Foodie, listen, some people just don't want to be on camera, and it's very unkind of you that if you're going to a restaurant, if you plan on doing a vlog, if you know you're going to film stuff, why not just sit in a corner away from people to where there's no chance of people being exposed and pointing your camera only at yourself and Sala or whoever else wants to be on camera? That would be acceptable. But going to a restaurant and swinging your camera around and pointing your camera at people and showing their faces, and then not even having the decency afterward to go into YouTube Studio, which all creators have, and having the decency to blur out their faces, which would have been a very easy, simple process. I mean, that's just rude. That's incredibly rude. You're in a country where some people just don't want their faces shown. And you're trying to tell people, oh, it's allowed to film on camera. No, it's not. Like sometimes just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. Just for the decency of other people, for the modesty of other people, just for good manners. Just don't show people on camera unless you ask their consent and their permission. But here's a tweet from Hidden Truths saying Foodie Beauty, Kuwait's parliament voted to approve a draft law that would make it mandatory for visitors to submit a health insurance that covers the duration of their stay. Without the medical insurance policy, the Interior Ministry will not issue the visit visa. So I don't know if that's a thing, if that's something they've already put into effect or they're going to put into effect. But we all know that Foodie Beauty has a myriad of health problems. So I'm wondering if she will qualify for the insurance, because some insurance companies, if you have tons of pre-existing health conditions, they will not cover you. So is there a company that will cover Foodie with all of her health problems? That has yet to be determined. Sao Paulo says, I don't know what it's like in Kuwait, but in Canada, you cannot film on private property without permission from the owners. Restaurants are technically private property. Therefore, in order to film, they must ask permission first, which obviously they didn't. No, I don't think they went on to the restaurant and asked everybody, hey, are you okay with being on camera? I seriously doubt they had that moment of asking people, are you okay with this? And they showed several people. And I don't want to blow up the picture of the women in the background behind Foodie and Sala that obviously don't want to be on camera, but in the video, in the vlog, the women were covering their faces, they were turning their faces to the side to not be shown. And Foodie and Sala are both looking at the camera. They can see what's going on behind them. And I'm sure that they saw the women were trying to cover up their faces, but yet they did nothing to say, get moved to another table or go somewhere else to film. They just kept filming. Very, very rude, inconsiderate behavior, Foodie. On the subject of the restaurant, a little side note. So I've heard around the way that people are leaving reviews for said restaurant, and some of them are not so nice. Can I just put this out there for everybody? Look, I know that there are a lot of people that don't like Foodie, and rightfully so. But as far as leaving reviews for businesses that Sala and Foodie are visiting or have visited, if you don't like Foodie, if you don't like Sala, that's okay. You don't have to like them. But please keep in mind that there are people working at those businesses, at those hotels, at those motels, at those restaurants, and they depend on those restaurants to make their living. And some of the things you might be saying to spite Foodie might actually be hurting the restaurant and the people who work there. And that's just not fair. It's not fair for the owner of the restaurant. It's not fair for those who happen to be working at the restaurant and that's their paycheck, that's their living, that might be how they're paying their bills and their rent. So if you don't like Foodie, if you don't like Sala, that's okay. But think about other people that might be affected by some of the comments that you're leaving. It's only decent and it's only fair to kind of just leave those people alone. If you don't like two certain people, fine, but don't say or do anything that might impact somebody else's living and they're just caught in the crossfire of Foodie. Okay. Okay, so this is from Siopan saying Foodie Beauty must be freaking out right now. Today it was announced that buying into partnership to gain residency in Kuwait is under fire. Solid just did so when she forked over her 9K in Canadian dollars so he could buy into Murad's business, equaling almost. Okay, so this is the article. The article says ban on Article 18 expats to own companies as managing partners. Kuwait City, March 19th. Relevant regulatory authorities are currently discussing a mechanism for banning expatriates who own residency of Article number 18 from owning companies as a partner or managing partner, either as incorporation or in existing entities. This ban will include limiting the granting of this capacity to non-Kuwaiti holders of Article 19 residency, reports Al Ray Daily, according to the point of view of the Public Authority for Manpower, PAM. These properties should not be registered in the Ministry of Justice Register, as it is not permissible to combine the two capacities of worker and employer. Pam explained that the executive regulations of the Foreigner Residence Law did not deprive non-citizen residents of Kuwait, the statute, a partner or investor, as it granted them this capacity, but under the provision of Article number 19. The expats partners who hold Article 18 residency must adjust their status by changing it to Article number 19. Otherwise, they will have to exit from their holdings. The importance of this prohibition from this supervisory point of view is growing due to the different legal positions between the status of the expat worker and the partner. In addition to the fact that this contradicts the nature of bringing workers into the country to work for employers. This will have a great impact in providing investment opportunities for Kuwaiti citizens. There is also the difficulty of verifying the practice of this labor with the employers that they are registered with. On the ground, it was proven to Pam by conducting inspections of commercial licenses in which an expat worker holds the capacity of a partner that they sometimes do not practice commercial activity in the first place, despite the registration of workers on those licenses. This constitutes a violation of the provisions of the labor law and raises suspicions of human trafficking. Pam affirmed that, in light of the keenness to organize the labor market, create opportunities for the national workforce in the labor market, and stimulate their involvement in the private sector, and an implementation of the provisions of various laws related to work and foreign investment. It is necessary to stop granting partner status to expat workers who hold residency under the Article number 18 and limiting this capacity to workers who hold Article 19 residency. So, Salah, I don't know what's going on with you, sir. I mean, there could be a myriad of different things. Like we all know that you want to come to Canada. And I don't know if you and Foodie are trying to find some loophole to keep her there until you get what you want, but it kind of sounds like it. It kind of sounds like maybe you're trying to take on Foodie as an employee to kind of get through a loophole or something. But it sounds like Kuwait, they're kind of locking down loopholes and workarounds, and it's not looking good for you, bro, and it's not looking good for Foodie either. Okay, now this is something cool. This is from Massimo. I've showed this before, but I thought I'd show it again. That time, a beekeeper made a beehive entirely out of Lego bricks, and 30,000 real life bees moved in. This is so cool. Somebody actually built a beehive out of Legos, and the bees are like, hey, free real estate, why not? Hey, somebody already built it, so let's just use it. So, my question is, does it really work? I mean, are there little things in there to collect the honey? I'm just wondering, is it like a working beehive? Is it a case where the bees move in and you can't get the honey out? Or can you get the honey out? Because if you can't get the honey out, what a cool idea. What an absolute cool idea to make a beehive out of Legos. I'm sure the bees are just loving all the bright colors and all that, but how effective of a beehive is it really? Because if it's really effective, what a cool idea to make a beehive out of Legos. Okay, this is from the vegan. This, oh, look what a beautiful creature. He walks like a knight, confident. He's like, yeah, look at me. Yeah, see? Looking very majestic. Walk that walk. What a majestic creature. Okay, this is from Mercy. Mercy says, it's considered extremely disrespectful and rude to record, take pictures in most Islamic settings, especially those frequented by women. Leave them alone, Chantal. Rhino Bodied Idiot says, how can you sit there and edit your stupid video and not notice the multiple times people in the background had to cover their faces because they don't want to be seen in your video? How hard is it to blur out their faces? It's not hard at all. I mean, YouTube editor is a thing and they do have a blur feature, and it doesn't take that long or that much to use it. She just didn't want to because she's lazy and very disrespectful, and you know, Foodie, it's things like this. This is the kind of stuff that might land you in jail because you just never know. You never know by running around and filming wherever it is you want to film. It might put you in jail one day. You might get arrested. You might get some kind of legal trouble just swinging your camera around at people's faces like that. And this is Foodie filming, I guess, off the new camera. Okay. This is from Mrs. Robinson saying another victim of her animal blink. Those teeth are way too long. I wonder if they're not starting to grow into his tongue. Yeah, you know what? I've owned hamsters when I was a child, but it looks like the teeth are way too long. Foodie, you really need to get some chew toys for your hamster. If you really care for your hamster, chew toys are not that expensive. They need stuff to chew on because their teeth are always growing. Don't be neglectful of Howie. Just don't do it. This is from Kristen. The awkward B-roll of Chantal trying to look glamorous in love is my favorite. Yeah, like sitting across from the table, that's really romantic. This is from Sylvia M. This is so cool. Look, the puppers licking on the cow. They're best buddies. I love animals. Animals are so cool. Now, this is from Lux Lifestyle. Look, what a cool house. I want to live there. I love the architecture, love it. It's very boho-ish. It's very loving the soft curved lines of the house. Very comforting, very soft. This is from Massimo. The Akel Tiki is a horse breed known for its shiny coat, which led to their nickname Golden Horses. They are adapted to severe climate conditions and are thought to be one of the oldest existing horse breeds. How look at this the coat on that horse. It looks almost metallic. It's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous horse. Speaking of horses, another beautiful horse. And they're just playing with a ball from H.Y. Bender, reincarnated puppy. Who knew that horses love to play with the bouncy balls? They're just big puppies with hooves. Miss Anthropo says, I was today years old when I saw a hippo video and realized they are more dainty and graceful and fit than Chantal. Yeah, so hippos are basically they're water horses and they know how to navigate gracefully to the water. A hippo spends a lot of its time in the water. They can stay out of the water for long lengths of time. They make it grumpy when they feel threatened, but they glide underneath the water. This is from who is it from? Hype Girl saying, "What are you scared of, Foodie Beauty? I thought Kuwait is better than stupid Western Canada in every way. You're comfortable going out alone in Canada." So somebody asked the question, Chantal, I would love to see you go out on your own one day while hubby is at work so we can see your local area through your eyes. She replies, Hi, Jill. I do not feel comfortable going out on my own here, but thanks for the suggestion. But Foodie, didn't you say that basically Kuwait is safe? You said there's no crime there. So if there's no crime, then why don't you feel safe? Why don't you feel safe in Kuwait? Although I will say I don't think it's a good idea for you to wander about by yourself because you don't know where you are. You wouldn't know where to go even if you were to get outside the door. You have no sense of direction. You don't know your way around. And even in the time that you've known Salah, I'm sure you've not even bothered to try to learn to speak the language so you can communicate with people. So, if she's happy just being in the house all day, and this is a woman who wants to travel. Foodie, you talk about traveling. You want to travel. You want to go to different countries. I've not been an international traveler. I think it would be cool to travel, but if I were to travel, two of the things that I would do before traveling is I would study extensively on the place I was going, on the people, the culture, the places. I would make a point to try to learn the language so I can communicate with people. Like I know how to speak English, But if there is a primary language like Chinese or Japanese or Italian or Spanish, I would do my best to try to speak a little bit before I go. That way, I am paying respect to the people that already live there. I'm trying to communicate. Like it's important to be respectful of people wherever you go in the world because if you're a traveler outside your country, you are a guest in another country. And so, like any guest in anybody's home, you want to be respectful. You want to show respect. So, learning the culture, learning the manners, learning what's disrespectful, what is respectful. These are important things, but not for Foodie. She's known Salah for the longest. She's been in Kuwait. She doesn't know how to speak to anybody, and she's certainly not being respectful. So, shame on you, Foodie, for wanting to be a traveler and not being respectful of the culture, the people, or how to conduct yourself. Okay, this is from Perfectly Imperfect. Perfectly Imperfect says this is really disturbing that she's unable to get up a small curb. I'm not shaming her being an ableist, only sharing for educational purposes of the consequences of carrying loads of extra weight. Here's the thing, like this moment where she's saying she's unable to get up a small curb. You know what that reminds me of? I'm getting a sense of deja vu here. Because anybody who watches Amberlynn Reed, there was like a whole moment where she made a big deal of stepping over a curb. So I have to wonder if she took that from Amber. I have to wonder is that natural? Or did she like take that tactic from Amberlynn Reed because of Amber making a big deal of stepping over a curb? But Foodie, if this is a natural thing, like you are afraid of curbs, that would give me pause and think to myself, like, how bad is my health really? And should I be looking at that? Because if stepping over a curb is something that you got to be careful about, yeah, it's time to think about your health more. And this is from Seasons and Sweet Bonnie Girl. Chantal blanked and blanked a cat who did nothing but love her. Go to heck, Chantal. So this is a screenshot from the vet bills and the report from the vet that BBJ was taken to. Medical history saved from a situation of blank 1 or 2 weeks ago. So even the vet agreed that BBJ was neglected. Even the vet said that outright. Oh, this is from Cat with Confusing Auras. The tongue is killing me. The tongue is killing me. This is from Hey Girl Hey. Hashtag Foodie Beauty, hashtag Foodie Beauty Animal Blanker. Love that for you. Stay mad. So this is from the video, just like this is a screenshot. This is a video that Foodie did. She was raging on French Fry Girl. And I know this is where this is from. There's a site called Playboard that tracks the views and tracks the super chats for YouTubers. So this is from Playboard. The super chats that she got that day when she was raging on Frenchie was $53. Compared to French Fry Girl getting over $1,000. That has to bother Chantal. Bothers her a lot. More BBJ vet receipts. This is from Wholesome Memes. Local Rock is in a great mood today. Hey, how's it going? Now, Chantal wants to get on TikTok and be entertaining on TikTok. This is from the Vegan. I don't know who this person is on TikTok, but they did a great TikTok. So they're obviously watching a movie. She's like acting like she's showing her phone to Loki, and Loki's like, hey. Now that's entertaining. That's entertaining. I thought that's cute. That's really cute. This is from Miss Anthropo, and they're talking about Salah's feet and Chantal's feet. And this is an interesting picture because this shows her reflection in her glasses. And Foodie, Foodie, please slow down with the weight gain, my dear. Slow down with it. This is from Murder, She Throats, saying, why is her idol stands her swing like a weeble wobble? Also, the way she can tell she's just looking at him shirtless. Yeah, you know what, Foodie? Listen, if you're having trouble walking or moving around because you are too heavy, it's time to start taking care of your health, ma'am. If if the weight in the front is just too much, it's time to slim down a little bit, you know, where you can actually move. This is from Two-Tailed Caper. And this is what concerns me about this picture. Okay, as far as the spread out toes, I'm not a medical doctor. I can't say why her toes are like that. It looks a bit unnatural. But I'm thinking it's because she is so incredibly heavy. And so to support her weight, her toes have to spread out more than normal. But what concerns me is this right here. So you guys can see, like from here to here, her feet are white. But this down here is red. Like her feet are red. Like that there must be a tremendous amount of pressure on her feet. Foodie, this is concerning. Like, what's going on with your feet, ma'am? And it's not like you were walking around all day, so what would cause something like that? All right, so let's go to the other stuff. And another interesting thing about Foodie and her content these days, something that I've noticed, and I'm just over here shaking my head. I noticed that in a lot of her vlogs, she's labeling them as ASMR, but they're not ASMR. Now, I've watched ASMR videos, and there are many different kinds of ASMR. You have people who, tap on their microphones and eat and things like that. But Foodie, how can you label something as ASMR if all of your videos you're doing voiceovers? How can that be construed as ASMR? I know what you're trying to do. You're seeing that the ASMR community is huge and you're trying to tap into that. You're trying to draw people from that community over to you. Here's the problem. You're not an ASMR channel. You're not even a true mukbang channel. You're catering to the feedy people. Mukbanging and catering to the feedy people are completely different. But you're trying to latch on to the ASMR community because you see there's a lot of people there. And in the past, you grabbed at anything you can to try to draw in different groups of people to you. You grabbed onto the LGBTQ community with some of your content, uh, with people who like animals. You basically have exploited everything, just trying to grab onto anything that might be trending or interesting or might bring in lots of people. You're not ASMR, okay? These are not ASMR videos. You're doing voiceovers. So why are you trying to do the ASMR thing? You're not doing it, but you're putting the tag trying to bring those people to you. Stop it. Stop it. This is not ASMR. This is not ASMR. Stop trying to exploit that community. Leave them alone. They're making content that relaxes people, that calms people down. Your content doesn't do that. So leave that community alone. All right. So let's go on to the beach vlog. Let's see. Where is it? Is this it? Yeah. Okay. So as you can see, the video itself is really short, and I'm not going to play the audio. Well, most of it because she's playing music. I don't want to hear it. But let's get started with this.
lemon mint juice.
So she's starting out the vlog saying, "Oh, the lemon mint juice is my favorite." Oh, really now? Well, while you were in Canada, why were you all about that life of getting Starbucks? You weren't into drinking juices then. You were all about the Starbucks drinks. Sometimes you were double fisting them. You would buy two drinks at a time. They only became your favorite when you came to Kuwait. And I'm not trying to be rude, just an observation. I think the reason why Salah has you drinking those lemon mint drinks is because you don't brush your teeth and they act as a form of mouthwash. That's what I think. And that's just how it is. But let's go.
Salah got a fruity mixed drink. Next stop is some falafel.
Okay, you know what? She's got this stupid music playing. Oh, oops, sorry. My bad. So, yeah, they're basically doing more driving vlogs. She's showing more food, more power lines. Yay. But food, wait, hold up. So, y'all remember what she said about driving? She said she didn't want to drive anymore, but here she is driving Salah's car. But I thought you didn't want to drive anymore, Foodie. I thought you weren't interested in driving anymore. So what's up with that? And what's it really interesting about this vlog, Foodie and Salah went out and they did this beach vlog of sorts. Should have been a really good day for her. But after they got back is when she did the live stream where she started out the live stream saying, "I'm in a really bad mood," which I'm scratching my head over because I would think that if you're spending the day with your beau and if you're going to the beach, you should be in a really great mood. I mean, you're spending the day with your guy at the beach. Why wouldn't you be in high spirits? Why wouldn't you be happy? But after doing the couple vlog at the beach, she came home and she was like, "I'm in a really bad mood." Uh, Why? You spent the day with your guy. So they're at the beach, more shots of the water.
Getting a little backstroke action in there for some exercise.
And I've heard that she could have gone swimming if she wanted to. She just didn't want to, which is fine, Foodie. If you don't like swimming, you don't like it. It's okay. But she tried to say, "Oh, women are not allowed to swim." Yes, they are. You just didn't want to. You did not want to wear a burkini and go swimming. So let me get this right. You're at the beach with your guy and you're just going to sit on the sand. You're not going to do anything. You're not going to have fun. That doesn't sound like much fun to me. Like, what is the point of going to the beach if you're not going to do anything except sit on the sand and watch him swim? You go out with your guy, you want to do things with them. See, that's another problem you have with Salah. He's young. He's still young. Obviously, he wants to go do things. How much fun are you going to be if you guys do travel? He's going to want to go do stuff, and you're going to be just frumpy from in the motel or hotel room, not doing much. How much fun are you going to be for him? And you think it's going to make for a happy relationship? When two people get together, it's because they enjoy each other's company, but they also want to do stuff together. So how can you be married and yet you're not able to do a lot with your supposed husband.
Hey guys, so I'm not swimming. I know a lot of you are probably going to wonder why. Uh, Typically, Muslim women do not swim. There's no other women swimming right now, as you've seen so far, in public. They do it in private, even with a burkini, yes, in private.
I'm not trying to fat shame Foodie, but I think she could have swam if she wanted to. It's just that she is embarrassed of her weight, and so she did not want to put on the burkini and go swimming. In my opinion, I think she's been using the hijab and the abaya to kind of cover up how much weight she's gained. And if she put on a burkini, it would be much more visible. So she didn't want to do that. So that's why she just sat on the beach and just stayed covered up. My opinion.
But I'm having fun putting my feet in the sand and enjoying the waves and the cool air. It's actually not too hot right now, actually. So I hope you enjoyed just having a day with us today. Hello.
Like look at the way she's walking. It looks like she's having trouble walking. Maybe that's why he's got a hold of her hand because she might fall if he didn't hold on to her hand. She can barely walk.
Be careful.
Foodie, this would be a concern to me if I were you. You want to travel, you want to be in this relationship, but you have trouble walking to the point where you have to have somebody hold onto your hand to make sure you don't fall.
So did you enjoy, baby?
Yeah, it was a beautiful day. Not too hot, just perfect.
Oh, that's cool.
We have to enjoy it while we can before it gets too hot.
The summer is coming, guys.
Yeah, but the thing is, are you enjoying it, Foodie? I mean, I'm sure it's very, very warm over there already, but you're right. When it gets deep summer, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be trapped inside the house. But I don't think you're enjoying things as is. You're in Kuwait, you're not doing much. You stay in the house most of the time.
Hibernation season here in Kuwait.
Pray for us. Okay, guys. See you later.
It's like she's I mean, I'm watching her walk. Again, I'm not trying to shame her, but she's having trouble walking. Foodie, pay attention to that.
Goodbye.
So that is the couple vlog at the beach. I just wanted to briefly cover that. All right, so let's get out of there. And this is the one where they went to dinner. We're going to cover that briefly too. Do. So it was weird that she titled it Dinner with Salah's Family Date at a Lebanese Syrian Restaurant, although it was just the two of them. There was no other family members. And if the family was there, they were not sitting with Foodie and Salah. So what was the point of titling this Dinner with Salah's Family when the family was not there? Okay, more unnecessary music. We'll just turn that off. Blah, blah, blah. So this is her picking out food. We're just going to get past all this crap. So they were smoking the shisha at the restaurant. So I'm wondering, Foodie, how does that work out? If Salah wants to smoke the shisha, which is fine, that's what he wants to do with himself. But don't you have asthma and you need inhalers? So he's sitting there smoking that right next to you. That doesn't bother your asthma? See, filming people. And Foodie's got this weird, like, there she is, like, oh, look, I'm over here filming more people. But he's sitting there smoking the shisha right next to her. Right, it doesn't bother her. Doesn't bother her. And shisha is basically tobacco. Wouldn't that just bother her? Notice that he's looking at the camera. She's looking at him. He's not even looking at her. Couple in love. And Foodie's got this weird preoccupation with bathrooms. I don't know what it is. I don't know if she's got a bath. Do you have a bathroom fetish, Foodie? I'm just asking. Because it seems like you like to show us bathrooms. Any bathrooms, every bathroom, bathrooms in stores, bathrooms in department stores, bathrooms in restaurants, outhouses. Do you have a bathroom fetish? Granted that there's some really pretty tile in that bathroom, but you just seem to have a preoccupation with bathrooms. I just can't figure it out. So she's showing the entire bathroom. And girl, we know you got that slimming filter on taking that picture. We know you do. So showing the entire bathroom. For what? Why are we showing the bathroom? More showing people. Okay. And I want to give credit to Kaya Simons. I was watching her stream last night and she stopped the screen and I'm like, okay, I noticed that too. What does it look right here? There's a bag of food on the floor. Why is this on the floor and the table's right here? Why wouldn't you put, if this was food, why not put it on the table? Table's right there. Or even put it on the couch. Why is it on the floor? I would think that's very unsanitary to put your food on the floor. Those are nice couches. So they went to a restaurant, and out of the entire time that they were at the restaurant, they only managed to get 8 minutes of footage, and most of that is just them talking. Like that visit was so brief, so incredibly brief. Like, what was the point? She could have made some food at home, and they made an entire food vlog at home and not put anybody on camera and not been disrespectful. I mean, going to a restaurant and spending money for 8 minutes of footage, really? What the heck? Really? That's all you get? You're going to spend $40, $50, $60 on food for just for 8 minutes of footage? Okay. So enough with that. Like I said, we're just going to breeze past some of this stuff. It's not worth covering. So let's get into a little bit of the live stream. We're not going to stay here long. Let's just cover a little bit. So there's Mr. Sala, and this is, I guess, this is a dessert of some sort. But Foodie, you said you had no sweet tooth. You said you didn't have a sweet tooth, but yet why is it every time you do a live stream or a video, you're showing off eating some sort of dessert? Are you catering to the Foodie people again? And they like that? They like anything that looks like junk food, dessert? And I'm just going to say my thoughts. And this is not me wishing anything on Foodie. Sala, I'm wondering, bro. I'm wondering if, A, you and Foodie had a talk. And she told you, look, this is how I make my money. People pay me to do requests and to eat on camera. Maybe the two of you had a conversation like that. But I'm also wondering, and this is morbid and this is sinister, so please forgive me. I'm wondering, Sala, if you're just letting go of the leash and letting Foodie eat whatever she wants, because if she has a medical emergency, then you are not directly responsible. Like you are blameless in it all. Like is it sound? It feels like you don't care about her health. You see what's going on with her, and you're like, do whatever you want, eat whatever you want. You're sitting there watching her have trouble breathing and eating and walking, and yet there you are, like, hey, here's some more dessert. Eat some more dessert. Keep eating all the food you want. You know, I'm wondering if there's a medical emergency that might be happening in the future because Foodie's not slowing down. Nobody is slowing her down. So, it, look, only Foodie can stop Foodie from eating, can slow her down. She's got a problem with food. Sala, this is over your head, bro. Trust me. Somebody who's got a problem with food, this is over your head. You don't have the training or the knowledge to understand it. She's over there just saying, it's just, I like to eat food, but she's got a problem with food and she's pushing herself closer and closer to a medical emergency, but she needs help and she doesn't want help. And something just might happen one day, because, like something's got to give eventually. But let's go on with this.
Saraya. Aish Saraya. Ramona, hi
I don't see any reason to show off the dessert like this unless you're catered to the feedy people.
Sharon. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. What, Veronica? Yes, but just the wig. LD. Poor LD. I remember that was sad. Okay, so we picked up some sweets. This is my new favorite one besides the basbousa. The yellow blobs. This is actually, it's like a Middle Eastern bread pudding. It's really, really delicious. I don't know how to explain it. Here, we'll show you.
Is there a reason why you couldn't just take a small portion of that and put it on a plate and show it to people? Why do you have to show like an entire huge section? Again, this is for the feedy people. You're catering to the feedy people. Foodie, those days are over. Okay, they stopped happening for you when you started introducing the natter stuff to your channel and you started involving drama and all kinds of dark subjects. A lot of those people left. Are you trying to get those people back because that's when you make the most money? Well, those days are over. They've moved on. They have found other channels that those channels, all they do is just do the mukbangs and do the eating, and there's no drama. There's no complaining about reactors, blah, blah, blah. You keep mixing up your content. You keep diluting your content with things that those people who like the eating of the food, they don't want to hear those things. Do you understand? If they're looking for channels where the person is just eating the food, that's all they want to see and that's all they don't want to hear, they don't want to hear drama. You keep bringing the drama. Therefore, you're not going to get that crowd completely back.
Aish delicious. Um. Oh, yeah. Goodbye, Brittany. Hold on. Okay, so here we go. You want to try some?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, let's try this. This is really delicious. You guys have to try. We went to there's a
She says, let's try this, but yet, does he have a fork in his hand? No, she's the one eating it. He's on his phone.
place where they sell all kinds of Middle Eastern desserts. Kanafa, basbousa.
Why do you say, let's try this when clearly it's you eating it? And if you're sick right now, it would not be safe for him to eat after you. Hence why, if you get something like that, you cut it up, you give him a portion and then yourself a portion. It's not him eating off of the whatever plate or thing you have in your hand. I mean, that's just nasty.
All this and that. Ice cream after dinner. It's like yeah, maybe. We're both really tired. Sorry, we just came in from
Like this to shoulder.
yeah, a long night out.
It's kind of mahalabiya, by the way, also.
Mahalabiya, yeah, it's like a creamy. It was like bread, some kind of sweet
Like
cake.
custard.
Yes, custard with pistachio.
Mhm.
It's so delicious.
And fusto halabi, we call this one. The
Oh,
green.
Pistachio.
You know, Foodie hates to share her food. I mean, she does have food aggression, extreme food aggression. She could have a huge spread of food in front of her, and if somebody orders something next to her, she's eyeballing their food like, "You're gonna give me that?" Y'all remember the live stream she used to do with Pete's? So she would order a huge spread of food. Pete's would order like a hamburger or something. They would get the food order, and she'd be looking at his food like, "You gonna give me that?" Even though she had enough, she's got food aggression. She doesn't like to share her food. And even if she's got a whole bunch in front of her, she wants what you have as well.
Yeah.
Mmm. So good.
Yummy.
Yummy, huh? Mm. And they give you enough to share.
And you know what, Sala? If this whole thing with you and Foodie is you guys are catering to the feedy people again, you're making a big mistake being in the frame. Because the feedy guys, they want to see her. They don't want to see you. They don't want to see you. Like if she's saying this is how I make my living and eating, the fact that you're there showing yourself on camera, I mean, that's going to hurt the profit margin. Not trying to give any tips or anything or any advice or anything, but I'm just saying, you know, Foodie's an idiot. She's trying to get the feedies back, but even as someone that caters to that crowd, she's not understanding that she's got to be by herself on camera doing this. You being there, the feedy guys are like, nope, nope, I'm out. I'm out. I don't want to see a dude on camera eating. I want to see her on camera eating.
We just came back from a dinner date with family. We vlogged, so that will be out soon. The eye cross.
But where was the family though? You guys saw the video. It was just him and her. Where was the family? They weren't sitting at the table with them. So why'd you call it a family vlog when there's nobody else but the two of you?
When something is good, eh? When oh yes. Mm. I said, babe, can you stop at the Habiba Sweets? I call it Habiba Sweets.
Sure, why not?
Mm. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Save some for later.
Mm-hmm.
Yummy. This is seriously better. This is my favorite, more than the basbousa. More than. Have you guys ever tried any Middle Eastern sweets, by the way? So what have I tried so far? Kanafa. Sorry, I still have a lingering cough. Kanafa. What's it called? Leah?
Wait, I'm gonna write it for you guys.
Yeah, please. Then I'll remember. Um, Aish Saraya. I just remembered. So yeah, we went to this really, really amazing restaurant.
Well, I would like to issue a challenge to you, Foodie. Challenge. Let's see if you're up for it. Let's see you do at least a few live streams where you are not eating anything. You can't eat anything, you can't talk about food, and you can't complain about the reaction channels. Let's see you do that. Let's see you make some content that doesn't revolve around complaining about the reaction channels, nor talking about food, nor consuming food, or none of that. You take food out of the equation. Take the reaction channels out of the equation. I would like to see you do that, and let's see how interesting you are.
Um, with family, and it was amazing, amazing. It's like a restaurant shisha cafe. Oh, I was gonna say hi, babe. Aisha Al Saraya. Okay, so there is Aisha, part of Aisha's name in there.
Without the A
Yeah.
at the end.
Hi, Mimi. Pappy Pickles. He calls you Pappy Pickles because he brought me. Salah looks like a lumberjack now. With the beard, you mean? 32. Hi, Black's Chaos. Hi. Your husband's head is shaved. How are you tonight? Nice. She's getting all the attention. She's definitely the second wife. Of course, protect your privacy. Every time I see Eldy's wig, I want to watch Degrassi. Yeah, of course, protect. Yeah, like it's not just our privacy, but the privacy of others. That you know.
But you weren't protecting anybody's privacy. You were at the restaurant, you were swinging your camera around, keeping it stationary on some people who clearly did not want to be on camera. Even if you were given permission to film there, which I don't think you got permission, I don't think you approached the restaurant owner and all of the patrons and said, "Hey, do you mind being on camera? Are you okay with that?" Even if you got permission from people, if you're sitting there filming and clearly you can see in the viewfinder people hiding their faces, you didn't even do the decent thing and get up and move to another table or a section of the restaurant where you would not be filming people. Or, at the very least, when you got home, take the footage into YouTube Editor, use the blur tool, and blur their faces out. You could have done that. You didn't do that.
So, absolutely. But other than that, we filmed what we could, so that will be out on our couples channel when I get around to editing, of course. Aisha in the third apartment right now.
So you went to the beach and you filmed, what, 8 minutes of footage? And you went to a restaurant, barely 8 minutes of footage. My goodness. 8 minutes. Each location. You were out all day and you managed to get less than 20 minutes of footage. How sad is that? Listen, if it's summertime and I'm going to the beach, you best believe I'm there all day and I'm going to film as much as I can. I'm going to max out my camera. I'm going to be there and I'm going to film the sunset, the sunrise, walking along the sand, maybe doing a volleyball game, like everything. Make it worth your while to go out to a setting like that. It just, first of all, enjoy it. Hello, you're at the beach. What's not to enjoy? I grew up in Florida. Beaches are like my second home. But doggone it, man. If you're going to like a recreational park or a beach or someplace where you're close to nature, you're going hiking, film everything, enjoy everything. 8 minutes is nonsense. It's like, why even bother? If you can't enjoy yourself, what's the point in going? What's the point in going? Go somewhere that you really do enjoy. You find activities you really do enjoy and you can film. And the problem is she doesn't enjoy anything because she can't really be active. And yet she wants to be Miss International World Traveler.
I'm good. It's finally warm and sunny.
Hey, Black Chaos.
Yes. Hello. This is so good. It's like do you guys like
Is it me? I mean, look, I'm not trying to be nitpicky, but does it bother anybody else that she can't just put the plate down on the table? Just put the plate down on the table. Look, Foodie, we already know what it is. You already showed the plate to us. We know what it's a dessert. We know what it looks like. Why not just put the plate on the table like other people do and just take forkfuls of it and eat it like a normal person would do? Why do you insist on holding the plate up to the camera like that? Is that for the feedie people? You got to make sure they see it. They've already seen it. There's no need to hold the plate up like that.
rice pudding but like without the rice?
Are you holding it because you're afraid of making a mess? Is that it? You're holding the plate that close to your mouth in case something drops off your fork. So it kind of acts like a bib.
I don't know how to explain it. It's very creamy. Want me to feed you a bite?
Okay.
That is not a bite for him. That's a bite for you. He loaded up that fork.
Too big. I made it a huge
Yeah, that's a Foodie size bite. That's not a Sala size bite, Foodie.
bite. Sorry, that was
Big
intended.
one.
It was intended for me.
Told you that was actually for her. She sat there, she got a huge amount on her fork, thinking that he was going to say no. That was really intended for her. But she said, okay, I'll take it. But she really meant that for her. She was hoping that he would say no so she could eat more of it.
I would have given you a smaller bite, but I changed my mind. I'm like, feed him.
Yeah, of course, because with the perfect freeze frame. Of course, she's going to give him the smaller bites so she gets more of it. Here, let me give you some teeny tiny pieces of this and I'll eat the majority of it. Of course, Foodie, of course.
Oh.
And notice what she does next. Did you guys just catch that? So she gave him a bite. And like I said, she's got food aggression. She doesn't like to share her food. I keep thinking back to the live stream that she did with Natter. Y'all remember this live stream if you've been watching long enough? There was a live stream where she was sitting in the bedroom with Natter. It was the live stream she did where she ate a pizza, and he also made her this cheesecake mango type dessert. And she ate the majority of it. And she had one last piece on her plate. And Natter's like, I just want a little bit of it. So he took a little tiny piece off of her fork. And because he did that, she's like, no. And then she took the entire slice that was left and shoved it in her mouth so that he couldn't have it. So I'm kind of getting that same vibe here, where she gave him a big piece. So mentally, she freaks out and she's like, I'm going to go ahead and quickly eat as much as I can so that he's not getting that much.
Mirella, bonsoir, comment ça va? Zoom in on their social security cards. Salah seems a bit down. You're not feeling too good, huh?
Yeah,
You're tired.
I'm not well.
I hope you're not getting what I had.
I was thinking to say hi for you guys and go to lay down.
If you want to, you can, maybe.
See, notice the next bite is huge. Like she is just trying to covertly shovel in as much as possible just in case he wants more. That's her food aggression at work.
I'm so sleepy and tired. Maybe I'll get sick, baby.
Yeah. You say your throat's been bugging you and you've been sneezing.
Mm.
She's supposed to be sick, but what is she doing right now? She's eating a dessert. Is that going to help her cold? No. The sugar is not going to help your cold, Foodie.
My eyes even.
Yeah. You look sleepy. Ça va et toi? Oui, ça.
You know, that's very subtle what she just did. She's like, oh, you look sleepy. You don't feel good. You know what she wants him to do? She wants him to go lay down and go sleep so that she can eat the rest of that dessert by herself. Yeah, I see what you're doing over there, Foodie.
Ça va bien.
I'm clocking you from here, girl.
On vient juste de rentrer de souper, puis ça va bien, oui, merci. Just drop in. Hi, Kelly. Hey, Freya.
Hello, Freya.
I like how she always says hi to Howie. Howie is sleeping, by the way.
You speak what? You speak French too? Yeah, mashallah, she speaks very well.
Yeah. Crystal, train rat fever. I hope not.
Feel better, Salah.
People, it's a holiday where they drink green beer. Yeah,
green beer.
and get very drunk.
Enjoy it, guys.
Enjoy it, you. You're so cute.
Gracias, baby. Te quiero, by the way.
Te quiero. Thank you, amigo.
Te quiero. This means, yo
Like,
te
I
amo.
love you, yeah.
I love you.
Te quiero.
Stop it, Foodie. You can't speak Spanish.
Hey, Heather. Oh, Canada. That means that you're happy where you're at. Yeah, we're pretty content, mashallah. Would you like another bite, honey?
No, baby. Thank you.
I'm gonna save the rest of this in the fridge.
Yeah, right.
They give you a lot, and it's so cheap.
He probably went to bed, and as soon as he went to bed and she knew he was sleeping, she ate the rest of it.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
How much
So
was this?
it's a quarter kilo, 1 kg.
So like $4.
Yeah.
Hi, baby mama. Hi, Breezeth.
Hi, Beezers.
You know what? This is really boring. I don't want to bore you guys. You get the gist of it. They're sitting still, and she's catering to the feedy people. He's being boring. So let's move it along because there's not much to see here. I'm going to cut it short. There's nothing of interest here. You guys, you see what's up. All right, so that's it for my react. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. I'll wait to see if there's anything interesting from Foodie. If there is, I'll post it. If not, I won't. I'm going to go work on some gaming content today. So you guys take care and have a good one. Bye bye.